I talk. Okay, so for DaVinci is free. Let me actually pull up the website and I can just like on your own time if you want to get it. The DaVinci Resolve is free. The only thing you will have to do is when you go to download it, is that you will need to give them some like information like your email, and then you'll have access to it. The only thing you don't have, as far as I know, the only thing you don't have access to for the free version of DaVinci is audio transcribing. So basically, you basically hit one button, it transcribes like a whole piece of information, a timeline, which I'll show you that, and like specific effects. I believe there's some other things, but like I've never had issue with the free version until I bought the paid version. Because right now I'm gonna be using the paid version. So, what the video we're gonna be editing today is Q's stage talk he did beginning of the year of the White Bowser, and that's something I've been meaning to get done, and I thought I might as well just save it for the stage talk. So, what you do is you install DaVinci Resolve. I can't show you my preview window for DaVinci because it has a bunch of renders of videos that it's personal stuff for work, so I can't show anything of that related. But normally you would open it up, you get a preview window, which will have like an untitled project, and you can basically create new projects. So once I get into this, I can share my screen, but like I'm just giving you a little bit of the preamble right now. So right now I'm going to do new project. I'm just going to name this White Bowser. This Q is still working. Share my whole screen just because it is going to be easier that way for you to see like specific if I have to open a window, sometimes it doesn't show what window I'm opening, and then you're like confused on what I'm doing. So right here is where you start off when you start up the program. There are some like setting things that are slightly different than mine than if you were to start the program on your own. So right here, you could either, so this is just the cutting room floor. So if I went here, you can see this is fine. So I'm gonna go grab this video. This is the stage talk Q did. What you can do is you can just drag and drop your media file into here. And it takes a couple of seconds for it to kind of like load in. Okay, there we go. And then once you drop in your video file, it will ask you this: change project frame rate. You want to do this. If the frame rate for your video and what you're editing in is not correct, there could be some desync with the audio. So I'm gonna do change, and now it's right in there, right there. So what next I'm gonna do, I don't usually, this is you can edit in here. I don't particularly care to. It's just it's a bit simple in my opinion. But like if I go, I'll just show in here. So if I go here, I can just grab, drag and drop. No, you're fine, Tusky. I'm just starting. So right now I'm in the cutting, finger quotes, cutting room floor. So if I want to edit this before I go into edit, I just go to this little right here. So let me see. Let me show you.
Of the legend
So here,
of
if I do
White
that,
Bowser.
it'll cut for me as I'm watching it.
How many of you know of the legend
So
of White Bowser?
if I don't want to like stop, oh hi Corian, we just started. So if I just wanted to like watch through this once and just hit cut as it goes along, I can do that with this. This is if you have an iPad Pro, like say from the last like 2 years, you can run DaVinci Resolve and you will have basically this window right here. This view is what's in your iPad, finger quotes. And you can basically cut from an iPad. So but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from this window to so I'm going to go from the cut window to the edit. Oh, one thing we didn't do, I don't Ooh, I don't know if I could go into media. I don't know if something... Okay, so it's just everything. All right. So I wonder, let me see something real quick. So I usually don't use media if I'm going to drag and drop something in. So let me just get the thumbnail made for this. Okay, yeah. I just easily drag the thumbnail into here. I just made like a placeholder thumbnail because they're still deciding on what they're going to rename the channel. And we're going to go back to edit. Actually, besides that, I'll actually show you this tab as well, the Fusion tab. We're not going to do... I'm still very new to using the Fusion tab, so it is something I can't give too much advice on. So the Fusion tab, basically think it as like a programming like sort of language. So like if I want to do something specific to this video, I would go here, click this. Sorry. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. Let me see. Maybe there's something I can do. Okay, here we go. So if I'm like, okay, color curves, I can grab this and then I'll plug it into here. I'm like, I can plug into here, and I don't know what I'm doing, but like, basically, ixnay that. Oh yeah, okay, so it is like Blender, like where it's node based, but I don't usually use this. I have used it in the past. It's just I am unfamiliar. Okay, there we go. There we go. Something. But if I want to add noise to this, I can just I can just connect these. If I don't want them, unconnect them. No, it's not wanting to connect. Why'd you do this? Okay, we're gonna leave that one. Okay, we're gonna leave that one for now because I make myself look silly because I'm still unexperienced and not very experienced with this tab because I need to like do a bunch of like tutorials and training on it. Yeah, but we also have the color tab, which is used for color correction. We don't really need to do color correction because we don't have any like people in here besides like people in the video, which like that just adds to the charm. It's looking terrible. Farlight, I am not Farlight. Oh, okay. Oh, they changed that. Okay. So this is the audio tab. They changed the name of it from what I remember. So right now we have 4 audio sources, and if we go over to the right-hand side, you see them all here. I'll have to see which ones are actually popular and which ones are not before I start messing with anything. But if you want to come over, so like if you had like overall wanted to like lower or raise the audio of audio track 1, you just come in here, you raise it or lower it. Sometimes there is the issue when you're editing, like the video is lower than the person talking, so you have to like go in and like kind of fiddle with that. At least that's how I do it in edit. So I'm gonna go over to edit. So right now we have the video. It's me. I'm gonna first, before I start cutting and messing with things, I'm gonna see if I do anything different. Okay.
And
There we go.
Kai, the teenage.
So I wanted to check and see if this bar is still up here. Because I can size up this to kind of hide this so like it looks a little bit better. So what I'm gonna do, so right now what I have, so when you start up this program, you most likely won't have these or these available to you, and this will probably, let me see, look like this. You have 2 windows right here. Personally, I like to have just the one video in the center for me. That's how I like it. And you basically, up here on the left-hand side, you have your media pool and you have your effects. You also have your index, which I don't use, and then you have your sound library, which I never used. Okay, download. Okay, I'm gonna look at that later. I didn't know they had a sound library. I just use keep media pool and effects. And then on the right-hand side, you can have your mixer right down here. if you want to like take care of the audio, raise it, lower it, as an option available to you. I don't usually have it. You got metadata. Don't need that. And then you have the inspector, which is basically like the little tweaks you can do for whatever you have selected. So right now I have, oh, there is one more thing. So when you are doing editing for the first time, all of these are going to be connected to each other. So like if I'm clicking on, let me show you something like that. So if I'm coming into here and I click on this, normally when you come to here as like your settings are not set up, it will select everything on here. Personally, you want to make sure that you have these unconnected. The reason is when you're going through your editing, you sometimes don't want a video to be cut at the same time as the audio, and you want to give yourself a bit of wiggle room. So let's say if I wanted to take the white Bowser over here, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a cut right here, and I'm gonna let him.
As soon as we start the show, it's very obvious Bowser is suspicious, demanding to know just how Smokey had been trolled.
Okay, so what I want to do is like, okay, so I have the white Bowser right there. And you can go back a little bit. Okay, there we go. So there, and I'm like, okay, so I cut this right here. What do I want to do with that? Okay, so what I want to do with that is I'm going to copy this. We'll see. I'm then going to grab this and drag this up. Making sure... Oh! Let me show you something I didn't do correctly. So when you are cutting, you want to make sure... It can be, depending on what you're doing, you want to make sure you have this highlighted, like selected, the snapping tool. Because if I was to like basically grab this, drag this up here, it's not going to snap properly to these points right here. There's a chance there may be a blank spot when I'm going back. So what I'm going to want to do is I want to make sure I have it snapped. Then I'm going to drag it up and it's going to snap perfectly. Next thing I'm going to do Control V. So I have this selected right here. These two are layered on top of each other. The reason I'm going to do that is let's say I'm just going to make him look bigger. This is a joke. So what I'm going to do now, you have two options. You can either go here. So you have this right here, and then to the left of that is like your crop, transform, dynamic zoom, like different little options. What I want to go for is crop. So you don't see it right now, but I'm going to crop in right here. Right here. Right. Crop it on his face. And then I'm going to unclick that. I'm going to hit transform. Right now, there's like a little like dot right here. I'm going to put that in the middle of his forehead. And then I'm going to just grab that. Wait. Am I doing that correctly? I swear. That is not... oh. You know what? Another point of, okay, so I now realize what was going on. Okay, so I was zoomed too far out, and I didn't see that my tab was not actually on this. They want to make sure that your tab is actually on this, your little, your little, timeline cursor is actually on the video. So we're gonna try that again, and I'm not gonna make myself look like a complete ass going, why isn't this working? Okay, so we have it transformed. Okay, so I am gonna put it on his forehead. The next thing I'm gonna do is there's two ways to do this. I can either grab this guy and do this. Do that. I can zoom him in. Let's see, what do you like this?
The whole world that we had been trolled. As soon as we start the show, it's very obvious Bowser is suspicious, demanding to know.
Okay, there we go. Now, and there's another way to do this. So okay, so if we're like, okay, I don't want to do it this way because sometimes so okay, so I have okay, so there. I have it selected. I'm on it so I can see it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the right to the inspector, and I can zoom like that. So I'm going to go back. So like a good rule of thumb, let's say I want to zoom in on him. So I'm going to start right here. Make sure I'm actually... Oh, see right there? It didn't come over all the way to the right spot. That's why I was having issues. So what you want to usually do is like, okay, we're going to leave it in the same position. We have it cropped. I'm going to hit this right here. This is the keyframe tool. So then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to select that. How do I want it to pop? I think. Yeah. So there, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I want to do this. Then 1, 2, 3, and then I want to pull it back a little bit. Oh, like here. Okay. So I go through it.
It had been trolled. As soon as we start...
Yeah, so I have like a good pop. So the one issue I do have with... I'll show you. Make sure I have that. Okay. Okay. Another cool thing to note about DaVinci. So I have this clip right here. I'm gonna go right here. Right here, you see like a wavy line with like 2 dots. I'm gonna click on that. In here, it basically shows me the effects I have done to this clip. There's none right now because I've gone back. But what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go back to transform, and then I'm going to hit zoom. I'm gonna grab this. Wait, and make sure I am actually on it. Okay, yeah. So I did that 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna zoom. Right now, it's for some reason not grabbing the center. I had to remove that because I went back too many times. That's why. Okay, I'm gonna zoom right here, and then 1, 2, 3. Zoom some more. Oh no, no, that's not what I wanted. Zoom out. Okay, so I'm gonna go like that, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I will pull it back a little bit. A bit more funky than I meant it to be, but you know, we're trying. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn that off. There we go. So let me zoom in here so you can see. So right now, you can now see the transform as it's happening on the timeline. I want to see.
And tell the whole world that we had been trolled. As soon as we start the show...
There you go. It has that pop. I did have the issue when I... Let me see. Let me go here. I can go back. 2, 3. Don't want to... There we go. So, you see that? Okay. Edit. Let me do... Redo? Okay, right. There we go. So, let me go back. So, right here, this line's blue. This is it letting you know, hey, you hit the keyframe for this. It's now noting that this is the position that this frame is at. Okay, so like this is normal right here. Let's say I want to do that zoom, but I'm gonna do it right here in the middle. So I'm gonna go bam. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this right there, and it automatically picks up that I did it. If I had done a keyframe, let's say before it, like that, it's holding that position still. And then I go, okay, let's move a little bit over, and then I zoom in. And now it's locked onto here, and then it recognizes that and then goes up. So let me show you what happens if I didn't do that previous keyframe. So if I just dropped it here, and I just zoomed in, it's gonna look like this. So we're gonna go here. It's gonna slowly zoom in. As soon as we start the show,
it's very obvious.
Then to if I did this, which was keyframe,
So,
then zoom. So this. So
as soon as we start the show, it's
if you don't have that keyframe before it, it's assuming that you want to slowly zoom in on this image, then it for it to pop. I'm gonna. That is that. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. But let's actually start from the beginning and also look at our audio tracks right here, because that's one of the things you need to pay attention to when you are editing. So right now, I have 4 audio tracks, and 2 of them are empty. These audio tracks are meant for. I think I would probably
hard.
mute this one. I think this was. I'll mute this one for now because I think this was me because I forgot to mute myself in OBS. Good rule of thumb when you're recording something in OBS: always have your personal track separate from everything else, just in case you accidentally pick yourself up and you don't end up screwing up your recording. Let's see. And okay, so these 2 are empty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna right click. Okay, so there's 2 ways you can do this. You can go into Audio 2 and right click and do delete track. There you go. I saw this clicked. Nothing you can do. If you want to keep that track, you can just go right click to the green bar, right click, and delete selected. You need to be careful with the type of delete you are doing in a timeline. Because sometimes, let me give an example. So like, let's say I have this cut, this cut, this cut, this cut, this cut, this cut. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna hit delete. It's gonna delete basically this length backwards. It's not gonna go like, oh, you want that empty space. No, it's just gonna go delete backwards. It's gonna like just basically smush everything else. So when you delete something, you can either have your shortcuts that you can set up for yourself, or right click and you do delete selected. Or let's do ripple delete. That's going to do the same thing. But if I was to do, okay, right click, ripple delete would be useful for if you're trying to get rid of all these and have it meet up with each other. So essentially its default is to do a ripple delete. If I want to have space between these, I would just go to delete selected. And if you're like, oh shit, I really should have done a ripple delete, you can either Control Z, or you can go mouse in between here. You see this highlighted a little bit? You can right click that and do ripple delete. And just go through here and do ripple delete. And the audio would snap back. Sometimes, like, let me give you an example. So let's say I'm going to drop this picture right here. I'm gonna do a ripple delete right here, and a ripple delete right there. And then, okay, do I want the audio to go over this image, be behind this image, or do I want it to be silent for a couple of seconds? So I can go like, okay, let's do ripple delete. It's gonna meet that audio with the other audio. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go, I can grab and drag that right there. Now I have this blank spot. So we go like this.
Let's turn subtitles on because we're gonna need it.
I'm just gonna go like there.
Earl Doobie.
Then we're just gonna go, yeah, cube right here, white Bowser, it's what?
On the head,
blank.
It's been 1 year.
And then, okay. I think we're gonna do Control Z. I'm gonna get that back. Oh no, I hear you. He's with us right now. Let me show you some other tools that are pretty useful. So I am gonna go back and undo these cuts just to clean shit up for myself, because I need, actually, I just realized I'm gonna do something and then I didn't do it. But whatever. It's fine. So, another useful tool to use is right here. Little markers. Flags and markers. So it's like sometimes as I'm going through something, I may like go like, okay, this would be an interesting cut right here. And I would go like, okay, what do I want here? I want a yellow tag. And I'll just click, bam. It would drop a yellow tag right there for me. Or you can do a flag right there. Or let me see. Is it not showing up? Why is the flag not showing up? Why? Maybe I misunderstood that. That's very strange. Usually it's up here. I wonder... There we go, there we go. That's probably why. Okay. Okay, so I had this selected so it was clicking into this. Which, probably the smart thing to do if you're going to be editing and you have to worry about your tags moving. I'd probably say, I'll put it right here. It'll be interesting to zoom in on that face. It's a face only a mother could love, of course. And we're like, okay, I'm gonna do an edit there for later. As an example. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna show you something else that you can do. So let's say, as I'm doing this edit, I want to make sure I know where this is. Like this right here. So I'm like, okay, I want to know where this is because I want to do something before or after it. Or maybe I just want to cut this whole piece out. Cut there, and cut there. I want this all gone. I may make it gone. Say that I don't know. Maybe I want to delete it. Maybe I don't want to delete it. So I just select all these, and I'll go right click, and I'll go like, okay, I may keep this, I may not keep this. I'm gonna go up to clip color, and I'm gonna color this. Bam. So now it's color coded. This is still it's brown colored because it's muted. So what can you do about that? And let me see. Anything else important? Oh yeah. Something else. Okay. That's a useful thing to know. I think another thing is like, okay, so we're gonna do, so this stream or the stage talk is from, let me see, January 13th. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to this left-hand side and I'm gonna look for titles. So, I believe most of these are free if you are using the free version. But usually if I'm gonna just put like a simple title, I just grab text. So what you want to do is you want to grab the text, you're going to drag it onto here. So right now, on this video shelf, let's call it, there is this text and then you have this video right here that's being edited. And drag this down. If I want, I could just do a completely different video layer. So I'm just gonna have text on its own layer. There we go. So right now it's showing up here. It's very easy for you to go like, okay, I kind of want it bold, so we go into the expector. If you have it clicked, we'll show you the different options to change it. So I'm gonna go bold, give it a stroke, give it all a big stroke. This is from, okay, let me see. Stage shot. Okay. I'll just do original date. I'm gonna say it's 1-13-25. I'm like, right now it's currently in the middle of this place, and like, we can move that. We're gonna go down here to position. We're gonna move the position. And then we're gonna move down here. There we go. But it's a bit big. So we're gonna go click here, and we're just gonna scroll down. Of course, it's gonna do it by the center of this text. Go there. Grab it right here. And bring it up a little bit, because if you have stuff too far down here, it's hard for people to see it because of the time YouTube's progress bar. So got there. Sometimes, like when you edit, you also want to go like, oh, I want to put my name in it so people know that I edit. So I'm gonna do Control C. I am gonna actually grab this, put this up. Control V.
Yeah, look.
There we go. And now they're both basically stacked on top of each other, so you have to go like, okay, which one's which? I'm just gonna start with this one. I'm just gonna redo it, edit by, and then I'm gonna go like, all right, we're gonna move this up, over and up. There we go. And you're like, okay, that's nice and all. Like, it's just right there for a couple seconds. But you're like, where's the pizzazz? Where's the pop? I'm like, okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna pick one to do this with. So right now, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna make it 0. Oh, will it let? Actually, the question: will it let me go 0? It won't let me go 0. What? What this? Wait a sec. Okay. The text won't let me go 0. Okay, now you know. The text won't let you go 0. You have to go to settings. So the title won't let you go 0. Settings will let you go 0. Okay, so let me see. How do I describe this? They basically are, in a way, manipulating the text in a similar fashion. So, like, if I wanted to technically make this bigger, I could just go into Zoom. Whoa. 1 second. Go here real quick. First move that right there. Sometimes the text doesn't want to do that, so we go zoom. There we go, much better. So I can make this 0 disappear. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it's 0 right there, disappeared. I'm going to hit 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to pull the text in here. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to make it bigger. Then 1, 2, 3. And pull it back. Give it a pop. So we're going to go here.
Of the legend.
There we go. You
Of
can, with this little buddy right here, extend this. So let's say I want that to like last a little bit longer. I want that kind of like oh man, I didn't okay. Okay, so let's say I want there we go. For some reason it's like deciding that it wants me to go higher than I actually there we go. So I grab this and I drag it across. So I want that to be a little longer. And then I'm like, okay, let me click here. So I'm not selecting all these dots, and then I'm gonna grab this and drag this over.
Of the legend.
So it's like, I don't really like how that looks. Let's just, so.
Of the legend.
There we go. That one's a bit more smoother, but like, if I want it to be like harsher like this, I would have like these very close to each other.
Of the legend.
There you go.
Of the legend.
So if these are like more separate apart, it's more like a zoom. But if they're close and they're like hitting different points, like vastly different to each other, it's like a pop. And like a lot of say like gaming YouTubers who do like subtitles have like their text like pop when they're talking, so it's more like visually stimulating. So I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna see if I can do that. But like one thing you can do, I have to see if I can do it again. You can copy paste this and I can drop this into the other text. So let me see if it'll let me do that. So I'm copy paste, go into here, grab it here, Control V. There you go. So I just saved myself time having to do that again. So I'm gonna go
of the legend.
Yeah.
Of the
Oh. See, there's something I didn't do. So right now, this right here, its origin point's right here. I want it to be right where the text is, but right now it's like, no, it's right here. So I'm gonna Control Z. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do this again. This time I got this, and then I'm gonna grab this point, put it right here in between these. There we go. And then I'm gonna go Control V. There we go. Click on that.
Of the
and then it pops together. So when you are doing this, you want to make sure. I don't know if there. Okay, I think there is a way right here to grab the anchor point. Control C that. So let me see. This one isn't as there's not as big of a visual indicator where exactly it is. But I do feel like going in here and seeing the transform is way more helpful. Let me think. Is there anything else? Okay, well, actually, to like editing something. Okay. So I was just showing you like some like little cute things you can do with it. So we're gonna actually start like the actual video processing. Okay, so usually when I start, like, okay, I look at the audio. It's like, okay, right now.
Of the Legend of White Bowser.
There's music right here. And there's also
How
dead
many of
air.
you know of the legend of White Bowser?
Oh, there's Tusky. There you are. See, there's more dead air. So like when you are,
Oh,
for comedy's sake, you can leave in dead air, but like a lot of time, if it's like someone's talking, and they're like waiting for a response, sometimes it's good to cut to kind of like kill a bit of that dead air, just because like, okay, we're at the beginning of a video, you want to draw people in, so you want to have as much chitter chatter as possible. So sometimes you like end up editing for people who like are good at like just continually talking. So you don't have to worry about dead air, but then you also have to worry about what is the most important thing they are saying. Like what is the crux of whatever they're saying. So let's say I got a 3-hour video I have to edit on, let me pick something. Someone did a stream on, let me see. Okay. Perfect example. Fauji's stream on I'm Alex. I wouldn't do, if I was to make an edit that, I would not do the whole stream because he doesn't cover the whole video, and I think the most interesting part is the beginning where basically Fauci goes into like the more like when Alex shows his like medical diagnosis, just because that's a specific thing he would have more information, like a knowledge base on, than just a reaction to the rest of the video. Let me see what a good one. So like compare that to, who else did IMAX? I think Diesel did IMAX as well. He did 2 of them. Let's see. So I think for if you were to do a cut of Diesel's IMAX video, it would be mostly hi Belarna. I am recording this, so like if there's anything you missed out on, you can catch up when I put it up. I will be doing questions in a little bit once I feel like I given you a bit more information. So let's say we're looking at Diesel's coverage of I'm Alex compared to Fauji's. I would try to get the most pertinent information. So like Diesel is familiar with I'm Alex, he knew like a bunch of information. I would probably get like sort of that background information, and then him basically talking shit about him related to like knowing about him. I'll try to avoid letting there be too much like let me see. Try to aim for like the most important parts of the I'm Alex video, because if you've seen the I'm Alex video, it basically repeats itself. It's not really entertaining or fun. It's better to just like get what you can out of that. So let me see, what would be another good example? I'll just fucking go to Diesel's channel while we're here. Like, okay, so he did a stream on Tobuscus. So if you were to edit like his stream on Tobuscus, the best thing would be to pick out the funniest parts of the, because he did the statement from the girlfriend at the beginning, which is important to have just to go re-over that drama, and then you have different funny cringe Tobuscus videos plus him crashing out. You'd probably want to get like the funniest videos in that beginning bit. So like it's almost like it's a highlight of what the stream was. But like if people want more, they can always go to the stream. Speaking of Diesel, what name? Let me see. I'm on my other YouTube account, so don't follow that many people in this one. So let me see. Let me switch over my other account so I can actually give some of my other examples. Oh, perfect idea. Okay. I think a harder one to kind of like feel out would be the op block stream for last night, the Joe Gatto one. Just because you have to watch through like a lot of boring TikToks, and there is a chance like, okay, if I'm gonna this TikTok kind of ass. What he did? Oh, you son of. Well, I guess I have something to watch after this. So we had to watch like a bunch of like really long-winded TikToks where people basically didn't get their points as possible. So I think like the best part to do, the way to do those would just be to trim down the discussion around those TikToks, get like the best points from watching those TikToks and move on. Because lingering on them is like just not entertaining. Like there's parts where it's like, this is so ridiculous, it's entertaining, let me have it here. There's other points where this is miserable, I want to move past it. So like, I think the rule of thumb when you're trying to take like let's say like a big ass video, you kind of want to like trim it down to like its most interesting parts, but you also have to worry about when you trim it down to its most interesting parts, does it make sense rewatching it? So what I would do is I would basically trim something down as much as possible and watch it. And if it makes sense to me and it's like, okay, I can logically follow this point to this point to this point, I will then see if I can trim it more. If I lose anything, I have to pull it back. You know, the thing is, like, I was giving Q some editing advice, but what I did was I just grabbed like a random like video someone did of a Rickroll, but like as if cats were singing it, and just showed him editing with that. It's just like, okay, we're gonna cut this and move this and that and that. But I felt like going a bit more detail would be a bit better. I'm trying to find, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find something else as an example. Okay. Let's say, perfect example. Let's say we're gonna edit a jar video. Like, just, like, okay, buddy, we're gonna do a react to Jar, but we don't give a shit about the first, like, 15 minutes of Jar talking about his personal drama. Nor do we care about any of his personal drama in the video. I'm gonna give you that video, you're gonna cut out all his personal drama stuff and just have the most important stuff, which is whoever he's talking about. And that's like almost like a challenge. Because I finished Jar's like last Spockter video today, so I'm like, okay, let me get this so I can like get my little thoughts video out. And the first 15 minutes is him talking about irrelevant drama to himself, and I'm like, this is the most boring fucking video I've ever had to watch. And I'm like, you could have someone should just gave it to an Aaron just to clip out all of this. Like sometimes, like, let's say someone does like a 2-hour segment, I don't know, on fucking let me tell you about my like survivalist fantasy LARP. Okay. It's like 2 to 3 hours. That does not need to be 2 to 3 hours. I can cut that down by like half, and we can get like 1 or 2 of your points about whatever you're talking about. There's sometimes where like you also have to take into like account that whoever you are editing. So let's say like if you're editing somebody and they say something untoward or that makes them look bad, you probably want to edit that out. That's gonna be in the full stream, but in your edited video, that's your best attempt to make whoever you're working for look the best as possible, or the worst as possible if they want that. You know, you don't know. It depends on the person. That's a little bit of a thought experiment. So let's say for myself, I was planning to do an edit of a reaction I did Sunday, but unfortunately I didn't record it, so I have to deal with the consequences of I have to fix the audio of the video, and I have to make sure my audio is correct. That's like a faux pas on my end. So I could go do probably like 2 hours, an hour, depending on if I'm like locked in of basically audio editing for like all of that. And a part of me is like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. I can do other things. I got other work to do. Like sometimes there's like an editing like project or job. You're just like just let go. Don't waste your time. There's always gonna be something else you can like work on that would be way better. That will be worth the time you put into it. Because that is something you have to also think about is what I editing going to be worth it? Because sometimes it's just fucking not, and you're better off going like, okay, am I gonna send it, or I'm just gonna put it on the cutting room floor and it's just gonna stay there? That's important. Sometimes there is when to edit and when not to edit. Important. Okay, so now that that little like lecture is over, we're gonna move back into this. I'm gonna do like a little bit more editing, and then I'm open for questions. People can come on stage if they have anything specifically they have issue typing out and want to ask me verbally, and we can go through it. One thing I do want to show you, which I did not. Give me 1 second to find it. Options. In here is the option to change your shortcuts, which, because of the amount of stuff in here, I always forget where that is. Just give me 1 second. I'll Google this. Edit. To edit shortcuts. Because I don't usually do this, but it's super important if you are, here we go. Digital keyboard customization. There we go. It was right there. So there is a couple good shortcuts to have. So this one is for me. Enable clip is D. And then let me see. I think let me go through here. I'll stay too long here. Okay, Control X cut. Probably pick. I can probably adjust that later, but like, so if I am going through here, so I'm like, okay, there's another thing of audio. So right now, you could just mouse over and like, oh, there's B for blade. Okay, whatever. Or I can do A for select, but I don't really have to go up here. I just like to select the click, so I'll do B here, A. I was selected. Never mind. B da 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 da, and then I go A. There. Delete. B. A. That's a bit faster than going like, okay, up here, come down. Up here, come down. It does help a lot. So, having those shortcuts actually is very helpful if like I am going like, okay, B, then I have to do D. Oh, sorry, B. Then I have to do D. So D select. That's weird. Oh no, I was being silly. So my microphone's in my face, so I could hit D and I mute this audio. That's if I don't want it to, if I don't want that gap for me editing it. Sometimes people will go ooh. They'll do those, and you're like, do I want to really go through and cut out each of those and go A, and then select, and then delete, and select and delete, or I just want to do A, and then I can just do D, 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 and all those are gone. And I don't have to deal with like cutting that. I just need to I just need to make sure that piece is grabbed. Helpful. One thing, let me see, is there anything else that's like, because I'm very much showing you guys basic stuff, so I'm, oh, okay. Oh, I know something I can show you guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I don't think I can do it here. I'll show you how to, okay, so if you ever get the, make a super over attack, I thought of that, but that would be so annoying. Okay, so let's see, okay. Another thing really important. Let's go back up to here. Your media pool. This is what I'm going to show you is be very helpful. So take note of it. Okay, so one thing you can do is we're going to do a bin. Make a bin. This will be, let's say, photos. Photos. The spell. I'm going to drop that in there. I'll make another bin. Timeline. I'm about to drop our timeline in there. One thing that is very useful is like, okay, I have this timeline here. Let's say, I was about to say, Q recorded some audio. He's like, hey, I'm gonna record a like and subscribe audio. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, okay, here, put this into the video. I'm like, all right. So what I can do is I'm gonna make a timeline, create a new timeline, and I'm gonna go, okay, this is gonna be like and subscribe, and I have a new timeline all by itself. What I want to do here, because I don't have an audio to use an example, so we're gonna play pretend. We're gonna pretend there's an audio here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab let's see this photo. We're pretend the photo is audio. Doing here. So right now I have this timeline right here. All on its lonesome. This little timeline. You know what I can do with this timeline? I can go like I can grab this timeline and I can drop it into this timeline. So let's say we're gonna put like and subscribe at the very beginning. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna zoom in, I'm gonna grab the like and subscribe timeline, I'm gonna drop that bitch in here. There you go. You have like you didn't have to worry about like trying to fit that into here or anything or fiddle with it. This is also super helpful if you have subtitles. So if you want to put subtitles on, let me see. Is there a way to do? I don't know if there's like a free way to do subtitles. I think there is. I just haven't done them. Script sounds audio. That may be something I check later. Let's say put some text in here. We don't have subtitles. Whatever. I'm gonna put some text in here. We're gonna zoom in. Bam, 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 over there. So there's one thing you can do. So let's say if you want, let's just say we're not doing this. We're doing something intricate. We're doing something special for this little section. Let's say I cut out a piece from here. Let's say I'm like I want to make this piece right here look the best it can be. Or I'm gonna swap over. This is gonna be a little bit easier to visualize. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna take this piece right here and I'm gonna drop it in here. Right there. Right there. Whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna add some other stuff onto it. Okay. So I got audio, I got text right here. I got this right here. It's like, okay. So I got this. I'm gonna go Bowser. Let's go like okay, that's weird. Oh, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, okay. So that thing that bit weird. Okay. I must have actually hit something. So let's say we do the Bowser. I'm gonna change it. Let's go bold. We're gonna do okay, that's there. There we go. So we just do the Bowser and it's like make it massive. Matter. The Bowser. There. Alright, and let's see what I want to do something else too, like fucking where's anything else? Let's just fuck with the color. Like, yeah, we're just gonna change him to be weird looking. There you go. There you go. Make it look as cursed as possible. I'm like, okay, that one piece right there has been changed. I'm gonna go back over here to the timeline. I'm like, I'm just gonna grab and drag drop this onto here. Now it's now gonna replace the Bowser. Here I am actually in the correct. I'm not. There. Okay. So
To come back on the podcast for episode 4, where he thought me and Smokey would apologize to him and tell the whole world that we had been trolled. As soon as we start the show, it's very obvious Bowser is suspicious, demanding to know.
Okay. Oh, that was weird. It didn't save that zoom in. Oh no, it didn't save it because we did a Control-Z for it. Correct. Okay. So let's say like the timeline is basically like a way to kind of section off like a piece you want to add in. So if you had subtitles available, the free version doesn't. What I would do normally is what you can do. Okay, so I want to make this have subtitles. So I would right click here and do audio transcribe. So you should know if and when you do audio transcribe, the bigger the file, the longer it will take to audio transcribe. So let's say like I'm gonna hit transcribe right now. It's gonna take a little bit. It's probably not as long as it would if I did the whole hour plus of the white Bowser video. But this is still gonna take some time. So you can see it right there. It's gonna take 2 minutes. So I'm gonna just end that because it'll take a while. I can end that for right now. So it's right now it's transcribed is pending. So if I was to go like, okay, so doing audio transcribe in this thing will take probably like 20 plus minutes. I don't need it. I want specifically just this section to have a subtitles. You can cut that piece off, make it a separate timeline, and then you do cut yourself down on time. And when you drop it in, it will have those subtitles. Perfect. So another thing you need to know. It's not not related to text, but like when you are when you are adding subtitles into your file, project, whatever, there are different ways that you can have them be attached to it. What I do personally, let me pull up the timeline. I'm gonna show you some other timeline stuff. Is like, okay, let's say I have the timeline in here, just hypothetically, and this just has the subtitles. Then I would go to deliver, which is gonna take a second to load. This window right here is basically your render window. DaVinci comes with some presets that you can use to render your videos. So like, if you want something simple, like we don't care about the subtitles, we're gonna just go window YouTube 1080p, print it out, let's send it. But if you want to, excuse me, make sure the subtitles are included, you need to hit like H.265 master. And you have options for like what you want to export as, audio, metadata for the file. So let's say we're gonna just concerned about making sure the subtitles are included. You would come down to here. So we go down all the way to here. You go to subtitle settings and you hit export subtitles. And then you have like different options. What you want, if you want to export your subtitles separately or just have them burned into the video. What I do is I hit burn in video, set it, forget it. You can, very nice thing. So like, okay, I made these changes. Okay, so I want, let's say, I don't want the best. I want medium. I don't need, your gigabyte size of your file should not be massive. It's going to be a detriment to you when rendering it and when trying to upload to YouTube or try to send it to somebody. You can restrict it further. I don't know how big of a detriment that is because I don't usually do that. So let's say I am... Okay, make sure. Okay, so I have these settings. The next thing I can do is I can go up here. So there's 3 dots right here. And I can create a preset. And this preset will basically show up on the left side, like all the way. So I have one. I haven't deleted this one. This is my old preset. I need to delete it. I haven't yet. And I have it saved right here. It has all my settings. If I wanted to change this preset, let's say let's instead of best, we'll do medium. I can go here, and I can do save as new preset, or I can do update preset. And that basically, the only thing you need to remember to do when you're exporting, if you have a preset, is to click it. You click it, and then it takes care of everything you have set for it. I think another thing I'm going to show you how to do, because if people like to do shorts, there is a very easy way to do shorts in here. So I'm going to make a new timeline. I'm going to right click timeline, create new timeline, and then I'm going to unclick use project settings. So with this unclicked, I can now change the aspect ratio of this output. So I'm going to go from general to format, and right here you have use vertical resolution. easiest way to set up doing the your setups for your, like, if you want to do shorts. So I'm gonna do here, bam. There we go. If I want to do a short, I just fucking drag and drop this video file into here. I'll show you how to set that up. So, all right, we have this in here. All you need to do is you just need to, don't click the keyframes or anything. You just need to grab and go position and just center it. And there you go. Then you just go to where you need and you cut and you're done. Oh, this is weird. Well, it has one audio track. Let me add another audio track. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me delete this. There we go. Okay, that's weird. That's weird. Okay. Usually it doesn't do that. So, like, if you have an issue where, like, you drag and drop your video in and you're missing an audio track, from here, just add one. Just right-click, and you can add an audio track. Stereo, mono, whatever. Usually I don't have that happen. That's very interesting. Let me see. One thing. See if there's anything else that's super pertinent you should know. There is an option for quick export. I don't ever use it. I usually just go in and make my adjustments and such. But I do want to thank you guys for stopping by. I hope this was informative. I didn't like rush through it too much and make anyone confused. That I gave like a bit of like my thoughts on everything.